Hello, beautiful souls. 1 month before I put another video out for all of you. How weird. It's been an intense month. As you can see, I have a different background as usual. So I am now in a different place, still in Canada, still in Vancouver Island, but closer to civilization, let's just say that. And yeah, my body has needed to purge and cleanse, and I've needed to step away from work quite a bit. And life on this planet, you need to work to earn money, and you need to, when you have your own business, even we have more pressure because we don't have sick days, right? So it's been a bit intense for me. I've been thinking about doing a video for quite a few weeks, but I was just like, I can't do it, and I just needed to wait till the right time would come along. So I don't know how well you see me on here, but that's the nicest spot I could find. So that's what it is for now. We'll see for the next videos what it's gonna be like. In general, what's happening in May, I think for a lot of people, it's requiring us to step away from what we've always been doing. So whether if it's, a type of work, a type of exercise, even spiritual practices, mindfulness practices, anything that you've been doing that felt super aligned, maybe you're just needing to step away from it for a little bit. And then what I also have, there's a hummingbird. I can hear it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know where it is. I can hear it. Oh, there you go. You might see it right there. Oh, I love those. If you didn't know, hummingbirds are my favorite birds. When I lived in Mexico, there were so many of them, and they have all so many different colors. So if you're in Mexico, say hi. Put hummingbirds in the comments. Anyhow, so what I've been noticing is for myself is really trying to, like, I couldn't force anything. And this week we have this we started this week with the square Pluto and Mars. Pluto is in Aquarius, and then we had Mars in Taurus, if I'm not mistaken. My brain is still I didn't bring any notes, so I'm going all in just like this. But anyhow, there was a square, which was, yes, that was Mars, and Mars is still in Taurus, where Mars is like, I want to build stuff, but then yet we have this energy behind it of, well, you're in an earth sign now. You're not in Aries, like, let's move things and just go fast. You can't go fast anymore. Taurus is one of the most slow moving yet wanting to create long-term type of sign, right? And then Pluto in Aquarius doesn't want to move fast either. It moves 20 years in one sign, more or less. So it wants us to see what's beneath what we've seen. Maybe you've had truth. We had this conjunction of the sun and Mercury and Uranus. All of these planets were last week in Gemini. So that's a lot of energy to channel truth. But sometimes the truth is not what we want to, well, often, isn't it? It's not really what we're hoping for. And I'm somebody super in shape most of the time. I would say like 95% of the time. So every time I'm getting quote unquote sick or slower pace, I don't like it. I'm not gonna say I like it. I don't like it because I have so much energy usually, and I want to do so many things, and I want to share things here, and I want to support you, and I want to just go about my day like I usually do. And I'm not gonna lie. Here's another one. This one is green. It's a beautiful black, green. All of this, the feather in the back. So I'm not gonna lie, like having 2 weeks approximately, if not more, of feeling super low, not knowing what I could eat, not being able to come away from this, garden that was the, furthest away from the home I was, feeling safe to go because I was feeling kind of weak and super tired. And Suki also got a bit of pain in one of her legs, so we were both not really feeling good. So we're on the mends, but uh, I think also I've met many people in my life that from a day to another their health is going away, and we all know it. But when you're always healthy, quote unquote, always, you don't really realize how important it is until it's taken away, and that's the human experience, right? Um, so yeah, I've been thinking about that, and I had family members not feeling well in the last years, and how stressful this can become. It's okay. Um, and how this can, um, yeah, this just can change your life overnight. Where you're going to doctor's appointments, where you're going to like hospitals, where you're just not really living, you're just experiencing an illness that takes all of your energy and time. And for those that know or don't know, I'm a very holistic person, so I would rather take herbs and even devices that use resonance and whatever else than whatever we've been you know having as far as services. But that's me. I'm a bit stubborn with that, although I think that's part of my mission to bring that back, and energy healing is one of them, right? And through that whole period of time where I was not feeling good, I had moments where I felt okay. And I actually had a past client of mine that came back, and the session was beautiful. They actually fell asleep quite a bit while I was doing the energy healing session. But I was like, man, I miss those sessions because I've been so focused on astrology. And I will always be very interested in doing so. And something I want to share here now is, for me, since Saturn was in Pisces, and the nodes of fate, lunar nodes were in um, Pisces and Virgo axis. It's been intense. It has been very difficult. I haven't found my footing for quite a few years, and I think that's why I ended up being so disconnected from anyone and everyone, being so isolated in the place I used to live in the last year. To help me heal, to help me go back to my center, to help me connect to nature, to help me feel held by nature and its own. But it was purging. Like, I've been purging for like a couple years now, and I was like, now that I've had this physical purge, and I've had a few of them, but not as strong as this one, or not as long again. And I was like, wow, at some point it takes a toll on you when you're experiencing survival instincts, where you're not feeling safe, where things are not going the way you want it, where the body has to recalibrate. And as much as I want to be there and share messages that are supportive and supporting myself through that all, it hasn't been always easy. I've had times where money was not coming in. I've had times where my energy was not in there. I've had time where I was meeting the darkness in me, and it's like, how can you even build a business or like continue building your business when you're doing that? And why am I sharing this today is because astrology has been what could hold me while I was going through that dark time, and doing readings and having words to describe what we're going through. I'm 44 years old. I've gone through a lot of transits lately that have been intense, and I'm going to my Uranus opposition now, and I'm gonna get my Saturn opposition soon too. Like, there's lots going on in the sky, and when you understand those cycles, when you understand that you're not wrong. I think I was listening to one of my teacher this past day, and he was explaining how much, the bad reputation of the crisis, like the middle life crisis, is coming from all of these transits that we have actually, which are very about, I don't have a lot of time yet on this planet. I'm halfway through my life. What do I want it to look like? Do I want it to look like having a job where I don't really feel fulfilled, which I have gone through in my life, right? I mean, I loved being a social worker. I loved being a clinical coordinator. I loved being a manager, but I knew there was more for me. And these whole transits and whatever happened in my life through the nodes shifts and Neptune and in Pisces. Anyway, there's so much there, but it has helped me develop so many gifts. I would tell my 20 years old self that I'm able to help people heal, that I'm coaching them in a way that is not even, I mean, there is definitely some part of social work in there, but it's not the main thing. It's my thing. You know what I mean? Like it's the thing that I've developed over the years that works for people. I'm super psychic, and I've always been, but I didn't really know it was a gift. And then astrology keeps like, it kind of, it's for me what I'm sensing all of these gifts and why I'm continuing to like support myself through that and wanting to share more about these modalities. It's because once you understand that you are energy, it's good, then go for healing sessions and get advice, and then sit with yourself, sit with your energy, sit with the pain, sit with the sadness, sit with the darkness, and see what comes out of it. And then on the other hand, when you have the back information saying, well, you're going through this transit right now, it's gonna last 2 months, it's gonna last 1 week, it's gonna last 3 years, then it just feels, at least, those are cycles. They're not like death sentence. They're just telling you this is, and each planet, and that's what I'm teaching in my planetary course that I've started a couple weeks ago. We're a week 3 this week. If you want to join, just send me an email, and you'll be able to watch the replays of the first 2 ones. But it's when you understand that the transit you have with planet, it's always to bring you back closer to your truth, to your uniqueness. So many people I'm seeing are fearing astrology, and they're fearing, oh my God, this is going to happen to me. I'm gonna have Uranus in the 8th house, because there's so much out there that's just, I'm seeing posts sometimes, and I'm like, man, why? Anyway, it's just, how I am. Like, I will never put a post where I'm not lifting you up. And sometimes I feel like it's just clickbait, where people just want to have more people looking at things and commenting and getting whatever attention from their post. But it's like it creates fear in people, and I'm gonna go sometimes, not so much lately, but sometimes I'm gonna go in and say, like, this is not true. Like, don't spread fears into people. There's enough fear out there. Can we just see astrology as a tool to time our best life, to time the best that outcomes for ourselves, and to understand that everything is a cycle, and everything is to crack you open more and more and more. Like this video I watched the other day about the 3 cycles of life, starting like the first return of Saturn around 28, 30 years old, which, I mean, I left my ex from Mexico to go back to Quebec. Then I was like, I'm not repeating my parents' relationship pattern. No way, I don't want that. But I was in it, right? It pushed me there. Then I went back to Quebec, and there's so many things that I did throughout these years. And the last transit were not easy. I'm not gonna tell you they were easy, but it's not because it was hard for me that will be similarly hard for you. Some of us have more trauma than others. That takes more energy of us to get ourselves out of these patterns. And I think that's what is the most important to remember, that if you have a transit that's difficult, like I have been going through for the last few years, it's because my soul has chosen this path, that this would be like the culmination, so that I can be my honest self on the other side, so that I can be who I truly am, so that I can shine in the world the way I want it. And it's hard in this world because everybody has an opinion on how you should be doing things. And if you have a lot of Libra in your chart, if you have a lot of water in your chart, there's some signs that will absorb what people say about your life. You'll absorb other people's fears, other people's opinion. And that's why all of these transits, they break you open so that you let go of what isn't yours to keep, so that you can walk a path that is aligned with you. And yes, so those are the thoughts I've been feeling brewing for the last month. Change is not easy, but change is going to be constant. And if you want to know what those next changes will be for you, just book a reading, work one-on-one with me, where we're going to have in the background, we're going to have your beautiful astrology chart always in the back, so that we see, okay, this is happening. Let's see what's happening in your chart, what's activated, because nothing is activated at the same time for everyone. We all have a very distinct chart. And then at the same time, heal what's coming up. Get the support. Don't stay alone in all of this difficult path that we're on this planet. I mean, if you're going through it, I'm not saying it's always difficult, but let's be real. Life on earth is not just a walk in the park. Most of the time we have challenges that sometimes we don't feel prepared to face. And I've had great people around me. Not a lot. I don't have a lot of people around me, but I do have great people that are supportive when I need support. I'm sending them a big hug from where I am right now, so that they receive the love of appreciation for their presence in my life. But overall, there is a higher path, and I think that's what also those transits are doing in our life. Like, if, for example, I'm gonna give myself as an example because I know myself so much now. If I hadn't left Canada in 2021, I wouldn't have had this impulse of, like, not just knowing that I had gifts, but use them for a living and put myself out there, start singing and sharing my light language, which I will do more again. I might actually finish this video with some of that. Yeah, that'd be good. And just realizing that I was able, I was actually probably like right at this middle life crisis when I was like, you know what, I'll do it. Whatever people think, I don't care, man. It's gonna work out. It hasn't worked out exactly the way I wanted it. I wish I would have been, it would have been easier. But I've gained so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much confidence within myself. And I'm not saying I'm always confident within myself, because I'm not, definitely not. But there is a steadiness to my energy that has been built through that challenge. That's related to my life path number, that's related to all of my natal chart, that's related to, why I came here. I didn't come here to be like everybody else. So, and I know a lot of you that are watching me are also the scapegoat of your family, and that comes with whatever, right? So I want you to open yourself up. This weekend we have a beautiful full moon in Sagittarius. I have lots of placements in Sagittarius. So we had a new moon in December, and we planted seed then. I remember I planted so many seeds then in my life. So we'll see which one are going to be growing. But we'll see within the next couple weeks what this path is going to open up. And sometimes it can get unfolded over 6 months time, right? It's not always overnight. But yeah, remember to look into that, and remember what you were going through in December and what you think is going on right now, and notice what the doors will be opening up for you. There's also other stars that will be involved in that. I'm not gonna get into it. There are other astrologers that are more advanced into fixed stars. There's other galactic energies this weekend, so don't be surprised if you feel like galactic energies is around you. If you don't know what that feels like, I know I've had through all this physical purge a lot of activations. So it's like you'll have maybe pressure in the head, you'll feel dizzy sometimes. It's just if it goes for like more than a couple days, you can go get yourself checked out with whatever, professionals that you feel the most aligned with. But yeah, remember that, that's going to be this weekend. It's a culmination of energy about whatever you planted. And that's what I find beautiful. If you seek to understand more astrology, message me, join this course. I'm going to offer more courses. I love teaching. I've always did, since I've always done that, but now it's kind of more my thing. So if you're wanting to join any of my courses, let me know. And don't be afraid to like just message me to ask what's going on. And so now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna receive some light language that I have. Haven't shared a lot of my light language here, I think, for a bit. So light language is a frequency that I've started channeling 4 years ago, a little bit more than 4 years now. Where it's my higher self channeling energy for all of us so that we remember who we are. So I'm inviting you just to receive if you feel called. Let me just tune in. Yeah, so what I'm receiving is you are here to make a difference. You need to connect to the earth more. You need to remember that this connection with the earth will align you more with your truth. And if there's anything that is not yours in your energy field, we're going to cleanse it with this frequency. So let's see how it happens. Close your eyes when you're ready. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing yourself to feel more and more in alignment with your frequency. You might have experienced a lot of different things. So let's see how you can just let go in this moment. Connect to the soles of your feet in the grass if you're outside like me. Or just imagine that you have beautiful roots touching the ground, touching all layers of our planet, and connecting to a beautiful Gaia or Mother Earth, where we chose to incarnate at this very important time where I feel all of us are being cracked open in different ways so that we can receive the love that we are back into our life. It's not always to us to give. We can receive too. But for that, we need to open our recipient for love. So let's do this together. Breathe in and out. Feel the energy of Gaia flowing through your roots, flowing through your feet, and into your legs, into your hips, your belly, into your chest and your arms, into your head, all of your back. Expand this energy with yours. Your own heart energy is being expanded in this moment, and let this light language help you claim the love that you are. Breathe in and out. And let your higher self speak through the light language I will be speaking now. Enhance the energy in your heart space so that you recognize your strength, so that you connect to your self-worth, claim your value, and walk the path that is the most aligned for you. Rai Nishestia Sataye Turan Tia ratukosho sanatia makaye inaye shisaya. Amatia ratukoroa yatia shisini seya. Iziyama yakurata tianea shisia nanaya. Breathe in and out. Sense and feel the energies in your heart being more expanded, feeling more present, more aligned, and more ready for what's coming next for you. You can open your eyes when you're ready. Let me know in the comments how this felt. I'll share more of those because that's coming strongly, so why not? If you're wanting to have more information about my services, you can actually just look at my website. I'll have in-person services at some point. So let's see how it goes. Another hummingbird coming in their little flowers just to say hi as we end. So I'm sending you so much love. Remember to take care of you, to slow down if you need to. I'll share a post also below that I made yesterday about slowing down. Maybe that's gonna inspire you. Okay, sending you so much love. Talk to you soon. Bye.